Hello everyone, good evening. Warm welcome to Super Coaching Regulatory Bodies YouTube channel by Testbook. My name is Madhav Sir. I welcome you all in the next session. Guys, I hope you all are doing really very well and your preparation for PFRDA examination is going on full stream. Not only PFRDA, I'm pretty sure many of you must be preparing for SEBI examination, and even we are expecting IFSCA examination in the near future, so you must be preparing for that as well. So keeping the same in mind, we at Testbook Super Coaching, we have taken up this initiative in which we will be covering some of the most important MCQs and in a very detailed manner based on finance, which will help you to have more clarity, more understanding about the financial topics. If you are not preparing for PFRDA, then also this session is a must-watch session for you, because if you are preparing for RBI Grade B examination, then the syllabus of finance RBI Grade B part is same as that of PFRDA. I would say PFRDA का जो finance का syllabus है, it is pretty short in comparison to RBI finance syllabus. So if you are preparing for RBI Grade B, then also you are going to find many questions which are helpful, which will be helpful for RBI Grade B examination as well. So without any further delay, I would like to start with the discussion. May I have a reply in the comment section that I'm audible, visible, everything is fine, so that we can begin the discussion without any further delay. Quickly give me yes sir in the comment section, everyone, so that we can start the discussion without any further delay. So I have 15 odd questions for you, which we will be discussing in much detail, and I'll try my level best to discuss each and every question in much detail, so that अगर उस topic से related दोबारा question आपके examination में पूछा जाए, you will be in a position to answer it for sure. Now, if you want to download the PDF of this session, it will be available on my Telegram channel. You must have joined the channel. You must have been downloading the finance current affair PDFs from this particular channel. If not, then you can join right away and you will get the finance current affair PDFs as well on the same channel. Here we go with the first question. But before that, I would like to give you a glimpse of the finance syllabus for PFRDA examination. First part is your financial system, that is the role and functions of regulatory bodies, which include RBI, which include SEBI, which include IRDAI, as well as PFRDA. These are some of the important regulatory bodies related to which we will be discussing many questions. But our major focus in the upcoming sessions will be on PFRDA. With the help of this MCQ series, I'll make sure that you understand, you dive deep with me with respect to the functions performed by PFRDA. Then we have financial market, which talks about primary and secondary market, its functions, instruments, and recent developments. And then we have the general topics like derivatives, basic recent developments in financial sector, financial inclusion, alternate source of finance, private and social cost benefit, PPP, that is public-private partnership, direct and indirect taxes, and lastly we have inflation. I'll try my level best to cover all these topics with the help of MCQs in my MCQ series, and I assure you that you will be in a position to answer most of the finance related questions in the examination. लेकिन सच ये है कि from finance we will have two types of questions. First is conceptual question as well as finance current affair based questions. So you need to cover both of them. Conceptual questions will be covered in this session. For current affairs, I'm already conducting a session Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday on the same platform at 5 p.m. And even in my MCQ series, which I have started for you at 8 p.m., I will be including the current affairs MCQs as well, which are based on core finance, which are capable, which are expected to be asked in your examination. Here we go with the first question. I hope you all are ready. Give me a thumbs up if we all are good to go, so that we can begin the discussion without any further delay. And I can assure you this session is going to be very promising for you. After giving your 30-35 minutes with me in this session, you realize that yes, you are in a position to answer most of the questions in the examination. Let's get started, guys. Here we go with the first question of the evening. PDF will be available on my Telegram channel. Here is the link. You can scan the code and you can download the PDF. Here we go with the first question. आज पहला session है, so I have kept the questions more of conceptual based rather than current affair based, and most of the questions are going to be with moderate difficulty level, so that you can get the confidence that yes, you can answer them, and over the period of time I will be increasing the level over and above. Today I will be focusing on the first aspect of your examination of your syllabus, that is basically talks about the regulatory bodies. Got it? So the first question is now on your screen. Give me the answer, everyone. What should be the correct answer? I'll read out the question for you. The question says, RBI was constituted under RBI Act 1934. Yes, sir, RBI is operating under the RBI Act 1934. That is absolutely correct. There is no harm in this. Second point, one second. Hanji, second point is it regulates the issuance and management of government securities in the primary market. If someone asks me who is responsible to manage the issuance of government securities, that is absolutely correct. That is RBI itself. This is one of the functions which is performed by RBI. It is responsible for licensing, regulation and supervision of both scheduled as well as non-scheduled banks. I would say RBI is responsible to provide license, regulation and supervision of scheduled banks, but also look after the day-to-day operations of the non-scheduled banks. But non-scheduled banks are not included under the second schedule of RBI Act 1934. RBI do not provide financial assistance to non-scheduled banks. RBI do not provide advice to non-scheduled banks in order to survive them, in order to escape them from the tough situations. Even the non-scheduled banks, they are not the part of payment and settlement system. They are not the part of Clearing Corporation of India, or they are not registered on the Clearing Corporation of India. That is the reason they are not capable to issue checks. Even a bank is called as scheduled bank. One bank should be registered as a corporate or a company or a cooperative society. It should have minimum capital of 5 lakh rupees, and thirdly, it should fulfill all the RBI norms and follow the RBI conditions. So on that particular basis, third option is correct. RBI regulates money market but has no oversight over the government securities in the market. That is wrong. RBI is the regulator of money market. That is correct. But RBI also oversight the government securities market. So that is wrong. It also acts as a debt manager for the central and state government. That is absolutely correct, because it is responsible to raise the debt for the government. It is responsible to manage the debt of the government. So answer would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is A option is absolutely the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. As per the functions of SEBI, which all the statements are correct? SEBI was set up under SEBI's Act 1992. It is responsible for regulating the business of stock exchanges and the intermediaries. That is absolutely correct. Second point says it oversees the pension fund. No, sir. Those functions related to pension funds are performed by PFRDA. SEBI approved bylaws of stock exchanges. This is very correct. SEBI is responsible to come up with laws, with rules and regulations under which stock exchanges are managed. That is correct. Preventing insider trading and fraud practices in the stock market is one of the most important tasks of SEBI. That is also correct. Supervising mutual funds and alternative investment funds. That is also correct. So out of all the given statements, second statement is incorrect. Then again, A option is going to be the correct answer. The boy has given the correct answer. Siddharth has given the correct answer. I would request everyone out there, please actively participate while answering the questions, because I'm not here to check your knowledge. No one is judging you that whether you are giving the correct answer or not. लेकिन जब हम attempt करते हैं किसी question को, उसका answer देते हैं, and if unfortunately we mark the wrong answer, it hits our ego, and due to that ego problem, obviously we will be able to remember the correct answer. We will be able to remember the correct points of the question, which will help us to clear the examination. Moving on to the next question. Concerning the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, it was established under the PFRDA Act 2013. That is absolutely correct. It regulates national pension scheme and other pension schemes not managed by EPFO or exempted entities. That is absolutely correct. It mandates investment of at least 50% of pension corpus in government securities. ऐसा कोई point है क्या? No. No fixed 50% government security mandate. Asset allocation depends on subscribers choice and guidelines. ऐसा नहीं है कि pension fund will be invested in the government security. That is wrong. Can specify norms for investment, custody and accounting of the pension fund assets. That is correct. Operates under the administrative control of Ministry of Labour and Empowerment. No sir, PFRDA operates under Ministry of Finance. So fifth statement is also wrong. So according to this, first, second and fourth statement is correct. So according to that, A option is absolutely the correct answer. Moving on to the next question, guys. The next question is related to IRDAI. It is again on your screen. The question says it was established back in 1999. That is true. It was made a statutory body in 2000 under the IRDA Act 2000. Under the IRDA Act, that is absolutely correct. It regulates the rates, terms, conditions offered by insurers for general insurance products. That is correct. It grants registration to insurance companies, agents, brokers, surveyors. That is absolutely correct. Supervises both life and general insurance but exclude reinsurance. That is wrong. Reinsurance companies, they are also regulated under IRDAI. IRDAI has power to impose penalty for violation of insurance laws. That is correct. So answer would be 1, 2, 3 and 5 is going to be the correct answer. So again, A option is absolutely the correct answer. Moving on to the next question, very important question, which says Financial Stability and Development Council. How many of you have heard about Financial Stability and Development Council? Any idea? What do you know about Financial Stability and Development Council? So whenever this question is asked, Financial Stability and Development Council, I would come up in this manner that this organization was set up by Government of India and it is not a statutory body, rather it was created by an executive order, not by an act of parliament. So it was basically introduced to strengthen and institutionalize the mechanism for maintaining financial stability. It ensures inter-regulatory coordination as well as it promote the financial sector development. If you talk about the chairperson, the Union Finance Minister is the chairperson of this council. Members include Governor of RBI, Finance Secretary, Department of Economic Affairs, then Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Secretary, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Chairperson of SEBI, Chairperson of IRDAI, Chairperson of PFRDA, Chief Economic Advisor, they all are the members. So what are the key functions? Financial stability, inter-regulatory coordination, financial sector development, crisis management, financial literacy and inclusion, as well as it is responsible for international cooperation. There is a committee known as Subcommittee of FSDC. So if I talk about the Subcommittee of Financial Stability and Development Council, it is chaired by RBI and its function is more regularly to handle the operational issues and the technical discussions. I hope it is correct. It is clear to everyone. Now let's read out the statement. The first statement is, it is a statutory body under Ministry of Finance. No sir, it is not a statutory body under the Ministry of Finance. It is chaired by Finance Minister of India. That is correct. Coordinates inter-regulatory issues and promote financial inclusion. Correct. Has subcommittee chaired by RBI Governor. Correct. Was established following the recommendations of Raghuram Rajan Committee. That is correct. So keeping this in mind, this recommendation was given in 2008 and on the recommendation of Raghuram Rajan Committee, it was set up. So answer is going to be B option. How many of you have given the correct answer? Let me check how many of you have given the correct answer for the given question. Okay, the boy has given the correct answer. I will request everyone, buckle up guys, try to attempt the answers. Moving on to the next regulatory body or All India Financial Institute, which is known as NABARD. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. NABARD is the apex regulatory body for cooperative banks. NABARD is the apex regulatory body for cooperative banks and regional rural banks. NABARD is the supervising authority. NABARD is basically the supervising authority, but it is not the regulator. If I talk about the regulatory body for cooperative banks as well as RRBs, then my answer to this particular question would be none else, it will be RBI. So that will be incorrect. It supervises, that is correct. It was established in 1982 based on the recommendation of S committee or Shiva Raman committee, that is correct. It regulates microfinance institutes directly. No sir, microfinance institutes are regulated by RBI because microfinance institutes, these are the NBFCs, and NBFCs are regulated by RBI. So this is wrong. It plays a development role by refinancing rural credit institutions, that is correct. It oversees the implementation of rural infrastructure development fund, that is correct, and this is the fund which is responsible for providing the loan, or this fund is basically utilized for the infrastructure development in the rural areas. So answer is going to be A option. 2, 4, 5. Third option is incorrect. First option is incorrect. So answer is A option. Is it clear, everyone? Moving on to the next question, guys. The next question talks about regarding the role of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Go and check it out. Administers the Company Act 2013 and Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008. Is this point correct? Yes, sir. That is absolutely correct. It oversees the regulation of corporate governance standards for listed companies. That is correct. Supervises statutory bodies like ICAI or ICSI, ICMAI. That is correct. Regulates the issue of capital in the primary market through SEBI. No. SEBI is an autonomous. SEBI is independently regulating the issue or independently managing or regulating the capital market. Ministry of Corporate Affairs has no role in that. It works closely with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. That is correct. So according to this, A option 1, 2, 3, 5 are correct. But if you talk about the primary market, the capital market, it is regulated by SEBI. Next question is related to Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. First point, established under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. That is absolutely correct. It regulates insolvency professionals and insolvency professional agencies. That is correct. Works only under the administrative control of RBI. Sir, RBI का कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है. It is an independent body which is operating under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, which is responsible to look after the insolvency process which is happening in the country. So it's an independent organization. It frames and enforces regulations for corporate insolvency. That is correct. Can impose penalties on insolvency professionals if they have done any error. That is correct. So answer is going to be A option. Rest, third option is incorrect. Rest all the options are correct. Very good. Aki, Harini, the boy, Saurabh, you have given the correct answer. Option A is absolutely correct. Clear, guys? Let's move ahead. Okay. Before I move ahead, guys, if I ask you, who is the current chairman of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India? Who is the current chairperson of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India? Any idea? Who can give me the correct answer? Mr. R. Mittal is the answer I'm getting. Is it correct? That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. So Ravi Mittal is correct. Yes, Ravi Mittal, he is an IS officer. He was appointed as the chairperson of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board in February 2022 after the retirement of the former chairperson. The name was MS Sahu. Clear, guys? Moving on to the next question. Regarding the role of Competition Commission of India, which all points are correct? Regarding the role of regarding the role of Competition Commission of India, which of the points are correct? Give me the answer. Chalo, I'll help you guys. So if we talk about Competition Commission of India, as it is very clearly mentioned, Competition Commission of India was established back in October 2003 and it became fully functional in May 2009. It was established under Competition Act 2002. Obviously, if it is established under an act, it is a statutory body and its purpose is to promote and sustain competition in market, protect the interest of the consumer and ensure freedom of trade for the participants in the Indian market. So on that particular basis, it was established under Companies Act, that is correct. Prevent practices having an adverse effect on competition, that is correct. Approves combinations, mergers that meet the certain thresholds, that is correct. Work as statutory body under the Ministry of Finance, or it is a statutory body, that is correct, but it is not operating under Ministry of Finance. It is operating under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Fourth option is incorrect. It can impose penalty on the entities which are violating the rules and regulations. That is correct. So answer to this particular question would be what? So the answer to this particular question would be A option. I hope that is absolutely clear to everyone. Done hai ji? Clear ho gaya? Enjoying? Why B? Someone has written B. So please, the boy, please mark it. It's not B, it is C. Because it's not operating under Ministry of Finance. It is operating under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Any doubt, anyone? Done, done, done. Shall I move ahead? It can conduct investigation through its investigation wing. We call it as Director General Office. It can impose penalties and can be up to 10% of the average turnover of last 3 years for each company in the violation case. It can order division of dominant enterprise to restore competition. That power is also given to the Competition Commission of India. I hope it is clear now. Moving on to the next question. Regarding these Securities Appellate Tribunal, which of the following statements are correct? Regarding the Securities Appellate Tribunal, which of the following points are correct? The first point says, established under SEBI Act 1992. That is correct. If you ask me, I even remember the section, that is section 15K of SEBI Act 1992. It hears appeals against orders of SEBI, IRDAI and PFRDA. That is correct. So purpose is to hear and dispose of appeals against the orders passed by SEBI, PFRDA as well as IRDAI. That is correct. Its orders can be appealed before High Court. Is that case? No, sir. You cannot appeal the orders in front of High Court. But can you appeal the orders in front of Supreme Court? What will be the answer? What will be the answer? Okay, this is going to be a homework, that whether the orders of SAT can be appealed in front of Supreme Court or not. This is going to be your answer. That this is going to be a homework. Consists of presiding officer and at least 2 members. It consists of presiding officer and at least 2 members. In that particular case, I would say composition is presiding officer must be or have been a judge of Supreme Court or Chief Justice of High Court. Then judicial members, person qualified to be High Court judge, Even the technical members are there, person with expertise in finance, economics, accountancy, law, security market, or insurance. So on that particular basis, if we go, fourth statement is correct. It has the same power as that of civil court while trying the cases. That is correct. It do not possess the criminal court powers. It has the same powers as that of civil court. So can summon witnesses, take evidence, require documents, and review decisions. So it act as, or it possesses the powers of civil court only. ठीक है, orders are binding unless they are appealed in front of Supreme Court. So remember that the orders given by SAT are final, but you can appeal in front of Supreme Court. Yes, you can appeal in front of Supreme Court. Got it? So answer is going to be A option. Before I move ahead, there is a doubt in the third question. हाँ जी, NABARD वाला question. हाँ जी, क्या doubt है? Please पूछ लीजिए. NABARD वाले question में doubt है ना? रेगुलेट्स माइक्रो फाइनेंस इंस्टीट्यूट्स डायरेक्टली. तो अगर हम माइक्रो फाइनेंस इंस्टीट्यूट्स की बात करें, दीज आर दी एनबीएफसीज, एंड वी नो दैट एनबीएफसीज आर रेगुलेटेड बाय आरबीआई. तो वी कैन नॉट से दैट नाबार्ड कैन डायरेक्टली रेगुलेट microfinance institutes. No, it's regulated by RBI only, but yes, supervision can be done by NABARD. That is true, but regulation is not allowed. Is this clear, the boy? Is this clear now? Shall I move ahead? Please reply, I'm waiting. Moving on to the 11th question. Regarding the Forward Market Commission, which of the following statements are correct? If we talk about forward market operations, it was the regulator for commodity market in India until it merged with SEBI in 2015. That is correct. NABARD also can regulate microfinance. But a microfinance is a process. Microfinance institutes is different. So if you ask the question that microfinance institutes are regulated by, then the answer to this particular question would be microfinance institutes are regulated by RBI only, because it falls under the category of NBFC microfinance institutes. In case of NABARD, what is the role of NABARD? If a microfinance institute is registered as a society or a trust or Section 8 company under the Section 8 of Companies Act and does not take public deposit, then in that case it is not directly regulated by RBI. Then it can be monitored by state government or NABARD or SEBI depending upon its operation. तो वो condition होनी जरूरी है, वो condition होनी जरूरी है, then only your answer will be correct. तो यहाँ पे एक general question पूछा है. They have not mentioned that microfinance institutes registered as a society or a trust, ऐसा कुछ mention ही नहीं किया. जब mention नहीं किया, that could not be correct. अब समझ आ गई बात? The boy, अब clear है? चलो. Established under the Forward Contract Act 1952, that is correct. Was under the administrative control of Ministry of Agriculture earlier, that is correct. Regulated both spot and derivatives commodity market. No sir, इसका commodity market में spot और derivative से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. Its functions are now carried out directly by SEBI, that is correct. So answer is going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, which means B option is absolutely correct for the given question. Very good. Next, about the role of Reserve Bank in foreign exchange regulation. Foreign exchange regulation, if we talk about foreign exchange regulation, is regulated under Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, that is correct. It can impose penalty for intervention. It can impose penalty for contravention of foreign exchange rules, that is correct. Issues directions to the authorized dealers, that is correct. FEMA replace the earlier act, that is Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, in 2000, that is correct. Directly manages India's foreign trade policy. No. Foreign trade policy में कोई management नहीं है RBI का. That is basically done by Government of India. So answer is going to be only A option. Regarding the relationship between various regulators, RBI regulates NBFCs while SEBI regulates listed NBFCs security issuance. Is this correct? That is absolutely correct, because SEBI is not regulating the NBFC. SEBI is regulating the listed NBFCs securities which are issued. IRDAI regulate insurance products offered by banks. That is true. PFRDA regulate pension schemes even if offered by the insurance companies. That is true. FSDC coordinates or ensure there is no regulatory overlap between the financial regulators. That is true. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India regulates resolution of insurance company insolvencies. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India regulates resolution of insurance company insolvency. Insurance companies की जो insolvencies है ना, they are looked upon by IRDAI only. So in that context, A option is correct. Fifth option is incorrect. Second last question of the evening. Concerning the credit rating agencies in India, credit rating agencies are registered and regulated by SEBI. That is true. They are allowed to rate both equity and debt instruments. That is true, because they can rate debt and structured products. Like equity rating is rare but allowed in limited sense. For example, IPO grading, which was done earlier. Must comply with the SEBI regulations 1999. That is correct. RBI directly supervises CRA. सर RBI का कोई रोल ही नहीं है CRA के साथ. CRA must disclose rating methodology. That is correct. पता हो ना आपने किस basis पे rating की है. That is very much important. So answer is 1, 2, 3, 5 are the correct answers. So 1, 2, 3, 5 means B option is absolutely correct. Last question of the evening, guys. Regarding the role of RBI's regulation over payment system, RBI regulates and authorized payment system under Payment and Settlement System Act 2007. That is correct. It oversees the operations or overseas operators like NPCI, CCIL, card network providers. Yes, in सबका overall जो operations है उन्हें कौन देखता है? RBI देखता है. That is correct. Supervises both domestic and cross-border payments. That is correct. Approve mergers and acquisition of payment system operators. नहीं sir. Mergers and acquisition of payment system operators are not RBI's mandate as per corporate law, or it will be done as per the corporate law or the competition law which is applicable. So that is wrong. It operates the real-time gross settlement and NEFT. Yes, they are operated under RBI. So answer is going to be A option again. So 1, 2, 3, 5 are the correct answers. Got it, guys? I hope you must have enjoyed the discussion. Today the questions were pretty easy, they were pretty straightforward, but in the upcoming sessions I will be increasing the level and the questions will be more of conceptual part, and the question will include the mixed bag combination of concept as well as current affairs. So that will be all. Hope you have liked the session. If you haven't liked the session yet, do hit the like button, do share this session with your friends. Sir, is this the level that will be, this is the actual level that will be asked in all your exams. For that matter, even in RBI phase 1, this type of questions will be asked. But over the period of time, in my upcoming sessions, I will be increasing the level to the fullest, and you will be in a position to see very, very, very good questions related to finance, which will be a mixed bag of concept and current affair knowledge. And after attempting those questions, you will be in a position to answer most of the finance related questions in all your different exams which are going to appear in the near future. Got it? Is it fine? If you have enjoyed the session, give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to share the link of this session with your friends. We'll catch you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care. Good luck. And you can download the PDF from the Telegram channel which is mentioned on the screen. Bye bye, guys. God bless you all.